So what is actually expected within the business case? Very much the one sentence, three sentence sell. Can I really succinctly articulate my business case? The talk sheet is where I can put it into a set of diagrams, a little bit of text on one page that's that succinct. The 3-year business plan. So what are you actually going to do? What are the key metrics for that? Turnover, profit, contribution, headcount. What does that actually look like? Lawyers are really poor, in my experience, about going into profit. So you need to talk with your finance team about that. What does that look like? Also your 12-month business development plan, but also your critical success factors. So how did Freya actually make partner? And Freya was somebody that I worked with. She was bright, she was able, she'd been to Oxford University, and she initially thought because a partner was retiring and that she was being put up for partnership, which she was almost guaranteed to get through. But it just doesn't work like that. Partners don't have to give you the opportunity to buy equity, and that's what partnership really means. They have to be convinced that you'll be good for their personal income to make practice. Now, Freya was actually borderline about whether she'd get in to make partner. She'd hit her figures, but they were a little light. In fact, the managing partner of the firm said to me she wouldn't make it. And actually, she used that 3-sentence sell technique. She was able to really pitch the key parts of her business case and that 3-sentence sell technique to structure a business case, because I rewrote it for her. And actually, she was one of only 2 people that were made up to partner that year. So what are the 7 types of business case? And there are different types of business case. So, this is actually quite a strong one. A partner is retiring and the department needs a replacement partner. That is a particularly strong business case, particularly in the mid-tier, because what it says is that I don't have to grow an extra business. I need to be able to grow this existing business. A part of the firm is growing and needs another partner level person to help service its part of the business. Most Big 4 partnership business cases are built upon that. The amount of Big 4 partnership business cases that I have read or helped form, which starts along the lines of this part of our business has this strategic aim, a partner can look after this amount of income, this is our goal, we need another partner, and I'm the person that you can trust to do that. It's really, really important. Another one is you've built a profitable sized partner size client portfolio, which your partnership cannot afford to lose. Now, you will see this in law, less so in the Big 4, but often what you consider as a profitable partner size client portfolio, your partners don't. I've seen that. I was working with someone who was awesome, and it was quite a well-known law firm. And on paper, she had $500,000 to $750,000 size portfolio. But she didn't make it. And what it came down to was the retiring partner decided to give his big clients to the other senior associates, so it wasn't part of her plan. They decided not to invest in her specialist area when this partner retired. And suddenly they're like, no, you can go up to legal director, but it will another 2-3 years. She walked into another mid-tier firm 6 months later. You see this particularly with people lateral hiring from industry. You maybe see this with the deal makers, the insolvency, where you've got a great network of trusted contacts, which you can use to open doors for other partners within the firm. You see this for people that go on a secondment, and you see this often within law, maybe in the mid-tier that have gone to spend time with a bank, where you've done a secondment, where you've got strong relationships within or deep knowledge of one particular client or a particular panel that your firm would like to increase its business with. There's an opportunity to enter a new marketplace or offer a new service stream, which will turn into a profitable business for the firm. You might see the Big 4 doing this one, but typically it has to have a partner to head this up to realize the opportunity. I was working with a lawyer and he was heading up the Indian desk for his law firm. And actually he said, culturally, we need a partner here. This is what we need. And you head up a practice management department and need to be privy to partnership conversations to add value in your role. So how do you up the impact of your business case? You create a powerful executive summary. You've got to remember that your partners are pretty poor at going through lots of detailed documentation. We help you build that executive summary and talk sheet in the business case course. Next thing is remove the management consultancy jargon, leverage, capitalize. Get rid of those words. Replace it with plain English that a bright 14-year-old can understand. If you're going to make claims about your marketplace or your abilities, evidence it. It cannot be unsubstantiated. But also structure it so that if you were to sit down there and had one piece of A4 paper with 4 or 5 visuals and about maybe 100 words, you could get over the promise of your business case. That is when you can really up the impact, because you know it, laser focus what you need. And I often talk about this, making every word fight for its place. So you want to ditch the words if they don't help your partners understand the commercial promise of your case. They don't demonstrate quantifiable evidence that you can deliver on a business case. When I review a business case, I delete about half of the words to start with, because it is just too much waffle. It's not laser focused. And I was working with Simon, and when I'd met Simon, he wasn't originally thinking he was going to go for partner that year, but he was a late entry onto the partnership admissions process. And his partner was retiring. It was a 2-partner practice in a mid-tier law firm. And when he showed me his business case, it was written with a lot of waffle. There was very low commercial. And it was written with the, I'd love to be a partner. This is what I've been all my life. I'd be really good for the partner. It was written about that. And I reflected that back to him. And so after he'd written it, and he interrogated his finance department, and he actually identified that the cases he ran compared to the retiring partner in their 2-partner practice was so much more profitable. And so he built his first year business case around adding an extra 100K profit in year 1 by putting the process of how she worked into the whole of their caseload. And then year 2 and year 3 would be about how then he would grow the practice and what headcount you need to do. Just want to let you know that these people I'm talking about are real people I've worked with. I have changed their names to protect the innocent, but they are real people and real business cases that we've worked on. And this was the email that Simon sent to me when he heard that he'd got through. As he said, you turned my business case from a waffly novel to a business case. And as he said, I can't believe in this climate 3 of us were made up. This was in April this year. So when I get handed that business case, what do I look for to review? Can I quickly get the commercial promise of the business case? Is it sustainable and robust? I remember working with one lawyer, and, when we looked at his business case, the first year he went for it with my support, I said, you're too reliant on one client. If that one decided not to work with you for a year, you don't have a business case. And that was why he got knocked back. He was told that if actually the firm had had a more profitable year, he would have made partner. We're looking for that kind of stuff. When I'm looking at that business case, does it tell me how you're going to achieve your business growth? What are you personally going to do to achieve these objectives? And then what evidence do you have which gives you confidence that they're the right person?